Now, after retailer Boots announced plans to lower the cost of two of its own brand products in a row over so-called sexist pricing, there are calls for other retailers and manufacturers to follow suit. The company's price drop came after a petition on change.org raised concerns about women paying more than men for the same toiletries.
Yeah, hand over to Neil at that point. Well, following the outcry, Boots said it was surprised and disappointed to see examples of discriminatory pricing systems. We immediately conducted a review on all Boots' own brands. This reassured us that Boots' disposable razors and Botanic's eye roll-on do not completely meet our principles, and we are taking action to correct these prices. They continue, we are speaking to our suppliers to ask them to conduct similar reviews of their brands. However, that would be a matter for the brands themselves.
You clearly don't ever buy eye roll-on.
I think I need some at the moment, so I may well be a little bit later. Buying the men's one, though.
Buying the men's version, which will, yeah, exactly. We'll be paying a lot more for it, Jackie and I. We can speak to the woman behind this petition, Stevie Wise. She joins us now from Sheffield. Good morning, Stevie. How did you come across this discrepancy in price? Is this something you experienced through your own shopping?
It is, yeah. It's something that I think I've been noticing for quite a while, but I've just sort of brushed it off as, you know, just a thing that happens, kind of rolled my eyes about it. And then about a year ago, I had my hair cut very short, and I noticed that I was paying £20 more in the same salon for my haircut than a man would with a similar haircut. And when I challenged that, I was told that that's just the way it is, and that's how much women pay for haircuts, which I found outrageous. And then about 2 weeks ago, The Times published a report which showed that women are paying on average 37% more than men for the same stuff on the high street. And at that point, I just thought, well, this is clearly a bigger issue than I even thought it was, and I want to do something about it.
Why do you think women are being punished at the till then? It can't just be because it's pink.
Well, yeah, I agree. I don't think it is just because it's pink. And to be honest, I don't really know why. And I think that's the next question. I think it's really amazing that Boots have reacted so quickly. And that's thanks to the, you know, thousands of supporters of the petition, from help from organisations like the Fawcett Society that have really helped with this campaign. There's been a debate in Parliament about it. Like, the issue has very quickly risen to the fore because it's so clearly wrong. But I don't think it's clear why it happens. And that's something that we really need to start addressing next.
Stevie, shouldn't women just make a stand on this and boycott pink razors and just buy the men's ones? Because presumably the blades are all the same.
Yes, I assume they are, and I really hope that if, you know, for one thing that comes out of this is that perhaps people will be a bit more savvy when they're doing their shopping, and hopefully that will happen. That having been said, of course, as somebody who's running a campaign on this issue, I've spent quite a lot of time trying to make price comparisons in stores like Boots, and it's genuinely quite difficult to do. The products are marketed separately, they're put in separate areas of the stores, and as a woman, I'm automatically going to go straight to the women's aisle and buy products in that place, and I wouldn't necessarily even look at the men's products. So there's something for the retailers to do about being a bit more honest and stop making it so difficult for people to make these comparisons, because it's clearly not a real choice.
So you've taken on Boots and had a victory because they're saying that it's lowering the price of several of its own brand products. So that is a small victory, but obviously Boots aren't the only ones doing it. Who else are you going to go after?
Well, that's yet to be decided, I think. At the moment, the next step is that I've made contact with the president of Boots, Simon Roberts, and he has invited me in to meet with him. I would really like to do that because you're right, it is a small victory. It's a fantastic victory, and it's amazing that Boots have responded so quickly, and I think that is, you know, a testament to the way they view their customers. And I really hope that actually that we can have a conversation now about some other products in Boots, because I don't agree that it is just these two products as they're suggesting. I've got lots of examples of other products, and I'm constantly hearing stories from people who are telling me about things in all sorts of shops, all different types of products, including children's clothing. There's lots of different things, and I think the first step is to resolve this issue with Boots, and then we will talk about what we do next, but there is definitely more to do.
And Stevie, what would your advice be to women who are going out shopping today, whether it's to buy toiletries, clothes, or even services? You described your experience there in the hairdresser. Is it to go in and question these stores, or is it to just head straight to the men's aisle and see what they can get there for a better price?
Well, I think it's about women doing what they're comfortable doing. I don't think I would ever sort of tell women what to do, but what I will be doing certainly is being much more conscious about how much I'm paying for certain products, and I will be much more vocal about how much I'm charged for certain services. Like hairdressers, even dry cleaners. There's dry cleaners on my street that will charge you more for women's blouses than they charge for men's shirts, and that can't be right. We've got to start challenging this.
And just in terms of, you mentioned the dry cleaners there, I know exactly what their argument is because I've actually questioned this before when I've taken in men's shirts along with my own shirts. And they say because it's made of more delicate fabric, it takes a lot more care to dry clean those items. And presumably, when you're talking about cosmetics, moisturisers and deodorants, different ingredients will go into a women's product than a man's.
So that's what the retailer will say. But what the Fawcett Society have told me while they've been supporting me through this campaign is that what they're hearing anecdotally is that the manufacturers of these products are saying something different. So the manufacturers are saying that they set that the components, the prices that they set for the individual components and ingredients are set, that the amount that you're charged as a consumer is actually set by the retailer, not by the manufacturer. So I think that, again, the next question is to find out, well, what actually is happening there? Who is it that's to blame for women being charged more than men unfairly, and how do we stop that from happening?
OK, Stevie Wise, really interesting to speak to you, fighting the good fight for the female consumer. That petition on change.org, over 43,000 signatures. Thank you very much for speaking to us here on Sky News Sunrise.